Hi guys, and welcome back to CityFi Game Changer Show. In this video, I sit down with the team behind Soil. Soil is a decentralized finance platform that seeks to revolutionize financial sector by bridging the gap between traditional finance and crypto space. We will explore Soil's unique approach for financing, its innovative Multichain Guarantee Fund, and its plans for future growth and expansion. Join us as we dive deep into the world of DeFi and learn more about Soil's mission to empower individuals and businesses worldwide with accessible and secure financial solutions. Stay tuned and watch until the end.
Nobody would expect that this will become our new reality. The stable world turned upside down. Falling banks, declines in the crypto market, bankruptcies and collapses of the crypto projects, conflicts, climate crisis, immigration's crisis, inflation, and all the errors that we overlooked. Creating the system got revealed. We were struck by huge changes. What do we need in the world run by chaos? We desire stability and peace. From the combination of thoughts about these values and the analysis of market mechanisms arose Soil, a fully regulated, seamless link between traditional finance and the digital crypto world, offering secure returns fully backed by tangible, real-world assets. Real team, real yield, real assets, real money. For real.
Hi Nick, hi Jakub. Hi.
Hey, nice to see you. Hey.
Nice to see you too. How are you doing?
All good, all good. Thank you very much for having me today. Yeah, we're very excited to talk to you about Soil, which it's coming up. So the IDO is soon. So super excited to let everybody know what's up with our project.
Nice, great. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining this AMA, and let's get started. So first of all, could you please introduce yourself to our community, like who you are, what's your experience, and also talk a bit about the team behind of Soil.
Sure. So maybe I'll jump in because Kuba will also introduce the team. So my name is Nick Motz. I am one of the co-founders of Soil. My role is the CIO, so I'm the Chief Investment Officer, and I am in charge of all the liquidity and investments of the protocol. So in our protocol, I'll mostly be managing the liquidity pools. So my background, I founded an asset management company, so a debt fund based in Poland. I was one of the youngest founders of an asset management company here. I was featured in Forbes Under 30, which was great, but then as an entrepreneur, we got the ups and downs, so I've been in the battlefield. And after founding the company, the fund for 6 years, I kind of started thinking, how is it possible to kind of democratize finance, democratize access for companies to capital? And I met Jakub and the other co-founder Michał, and we decided to talk about a way where blockchain can be a technology that can actually help us in our vision and our mission. So that's how I ended up being a co-founder of Soil. Mount TFI, the company I previously founded, is run and is doing well. So that's how I came up to Soil. And Kuba?
Yeah, so my name is Jakub Bojan. I'm a head of Soil. I got a broad experience in the corporate finance. For many years, I worked for the big four companies, including PwC and Ernst & Young, and I was responsible I was working in the merger and acquisition department. So yeah, I was involved in the biggest transactions in the European market and working with the biggest VC funds and investors in this part of Europe. After leaving big four companies, then I worked for the leading e-commerce and media companies in this part of the Europe and the CE, and also rendering corporate finance and mergers and acquisition services for them. In our team is also Michael. Michael is responsible for the marketing. He has a broad experience in marketing. He worked and was responsible for the developing marketing strategies for the main brands in Europe. And Matt, responsible for technology. He's a CTO. This guy is an esteemed person in the tech world. He established and founded one of the first blockchain houses in this part of the Europe. So he's extremely experienced. So we've got a great team combining not only tech but also the finance skills and knowledge. So we've got a lot of skills and set of skills that for sure will benefit the projects, and that's it.
Yeah, I can see that your team, guys, is super experienced, and it's such a pleasure to work with such team. And no doubts the launch will be successful. All right. By the way, I actually was checking your LinkedIn profiles, and it also looks just amazing that you're attending some, Jakub, Jakub, I've seen that you've been attending some events and you're a speaker as well, right? Yeah.
Yes, I had an opportunity to for example, be a speaker at the NBX conference in Berlin last November. When I was talking about what happened in the DeFi space last year, and walk through all the collapses and the reasons of the collapses of the main protocols. What was wrong with the design of the tokenomics and the business models of the protocol that collapsed, like Luna, or what was wrong with the Celsius and FTX and so on. What was the reason behind the failure?
Wow, interesting topic. All right, so guys, if you are interested to know more about the team, you can just go to the Soil website and check their LinkedIn profiles. All right, so let's move to the next question. Can you tell us more about Soil's unique approach to bridging traditional finance and the crypto space? And also, how does your platform differentiate itself from other DeFi platforms?
Yeah, I'll jump on the first part. I think it's exactly kind of it's going with the mission that we said. So we want to democratize on finance. So you have two aspects that are quite important. One is the aspect that until today, mostly institutions or banks can benefit on giving loans to companies. So if a company needs to grow, it needs to get financing, normally the bank gets interest on the loan that they pay. And normally, until now, only institutions have access to making, let's say, money or interest on the loans they provide. On the other hand, you have the real world, which we're really basing on the real world assets, where you have companies that are in all different sectors, if it's manufacturing, finance, and they have little access to capital. And with the banking sector being, let's say, not flexible, plus all the geopolitical risk that's going on, companies don't have access to financing. So what our protocol is doing, and the mission that we have, we want to kind of bridge this gap. So on one hand, provide investors, so crypto investors, if they have stable coins and they want to have a fixed yield on a stable coin, you can go to our protocol, choose a loan pool and deposit your money, choose for how long you want to deposit it, and you can start earning passive yield on your stable coin. And how is that passive yield actually earned? So the money that you deposit, the stable coin, we ramp it to a fiat, and the money gets pushed, it's going through a debt fund, which is managed by professional asset management firms, which we actually ramp on. So we actually verify them. Usually have a big institution that is one of their investors, like the European Bank or something that's a very known institution, and they manage the loan pool. And the loan pool is normal business where we provide loans to companies that need capital to grow, and they pay us interest on the capital that we provide them. So the interest that we actually earn in the real world, which is completely not, it's not, let's say, correlated with the crypto world, they earn that interest and we bring it back to our investors. So on one hand, we give yield to the crypto investors, they get stable yield on their stable coin. And then on the other hand, we give access to companies which actually need the money to grow, provide jobs, provide, health. So there's just a huge aspect. In Poland, for example, 50% of the GDP is actually generated by SME companies, so small, medium enterprises. So you have a huge effect that we can use the protocol to make a huge change. So that's kind of what we're here. And maybe Jakub, you can say about the competitors.
Yeah, so the main difference between Soil and competitors is that we actually cooperate with the professional asset managers that are responsible for screening the companies, doing proper due diligence, and providing the collaterals. And they are responsible for verifying these collaterals. And simply in case of, let's say, some default, responsible for turning these collaterals into the cash that will be used to repay loans and interest. So that's the difference. So we do not transfer the default risk to the crypto investor. So we are responsible for screening the companies and doing all this verification job, and responsible for the providing and securing all loans. So that's the difference between the Soil and other protocols. So we cooperate with the professionals that are responsible for the whole screening process and risk management process.
That's amazing. So security is on top level, I guess. All right. Also, you mentioned the profit in stables, but on your website, as I can see, it's mixed, right? It's going to be some percentage in stables and some percentage in Soil token. Am I correct?
Sure. So how our offer is constructed is that our main product is always stable and fixed yield paid in a stable coins. So we do not, comparing to other protocols that collapse and the business model that simply were unsustainable and collapsed last year. So they base their model on self-printed tokens, and it worked in a bull market, but in the bear market, these business models were negatively verified. We, thanks to the fact that we are cooperating with private debt funds, and we are lending money to the corporates operating in the traditional world, generating tangible and real bucks, we can offer a yield paid in a real money, in a stable coins, denominated in the stable coins. So our main product is always a stable yield paid in a stable coins. So if you will deposit your money in our protocol, you got let's say 8% paid in a stable coins. But on top of it, to have a flexibility to adjust and adopt to the changing market conditions, so simply supply and demand, like in the central banks. Right. So we've got also on top of it some incentives paid in our token, and this yield is variable, and it will float and will be adjusted depending on what are the market conditions and what are our demand and supply. So in the times when there is a increase in the demand for loans, we can increase this variable part to simply to raise more money and to finance the corporates in the traditional world. Yeah, so that's how we wanted to structure the offer. So the total APY consists of two different elements, but the main element and the base element is always fixed and stable yield paid in a stable coins.
Okay, got it. So what kind of traditional companies will get access to financing and can benefit from the platform?
Yeah, I think that's kind of we spoke about it. I think it's the real world. So pretty much it's your everyday company. So we really focus on SMEs, so small, medium-sized enterprises. And why we focus on them is that we can get better collateral. So the moment that you just said, you spoke about security, at the end of the day, in debt, we'll get to it, the most important thing is to get your money back. So it's easy to lend. You need to have very strong collateral to make sure if in case plans don't go as they've seen, you can get the capital back. So companies that we want to finance are medium-sized enterprises, and they're in every different sector. So we have experience in financing real estate companies, if it's apartments or commercial real estate. We have experience in manufacturing. So there's a lot of companies, for example, that produce furniture that they export out of, let's say, Poland into Europe. We finance financial institutions. So it really is kind of where there's a great company. We always verify the founders, who's running the company. And if we can get good collateral and good terms on a loan, those are the companies we target. So we're really sector agnostic, and we're happy to finance all good businesses.
Got it. Thanks. Let's move to the next question. So how does Soil plan to address the challenges of low adoption and yield in the crypto world? And what strategies do you have in place to encourage more users to participate in your platform?
So first of all, the adoption of the DeFi is growing. So we need to know that the DeFi sector grew significantly from nearly 0 to 180 billions in over 2 years. So it was like a extremely fast growth. So we know that because of some problems and collapses that happened last year, there was a lack of trust in some DeFi protocols. But we know that users are looking for the opportunity to log their stable coins and use the decentralized finance. And what is our product? So simply, thanks to the fact that we are filling the gap between the crypto space and the traditional finance, and we are bringing a tangible yield into the crypto space, we are also providing additional comfort for the crypto investors, showing transparently what is the source of the yield. Because there is a saying in the crypto world, so that if you do not know what is the source of the yield, probably you are the one. And we are actually, what we are doing, we are showing exactly what is the source of the yield. As Nick said and explained, how we generate the yield, what kind of companies are generating the yield. These are the companies that are giving jobs, and all the loans are secured with the real world assets, and cash flows are generated in the real bucks, but denominated in stable coins that are paid to the crypto investors. So we are providing a comfort. We know that crypto investors are looking for the safe and transparent products. And that's what we are offering them. So for sure, we are sure that that as the DeFi boomed a few years ago and grew extremely very fast. So for sure there are some expectations, and people are looking for new products, and we are ready for them to provide them transparent, secure, and stable yield on their stable coins.
All right, so transparency is the key. Amazing.
Transparency and the security. It's the key. Our protocol is an antidote for the old problems that were exposed and revealed last year with the collapses of all these protocols, but not only decentralized, but also centralized, like Celsius or FTX. These companies' projects were centralized with the real people behind this project, but still, the design or the business model were there were some faults in the design of these business models, and it was revealed, and that's why they collapsed. Our business model is transparent. You can assess easily what is the source of the yield, what are the risk management procedures, so that gives a comfort for the investors. And we believe that having this kind of comfort will attract new customers that are looking for the stable yields on their stable.
Right, no doubts. All right. Let's move to the next question. Let's talk a bit more about the tokenomics and the utilities of Soil token. So how investors will benefit from owning Soil token, basically?
Yes. So I mentioned that the part of the yield is paid in our token. We use our token to incentivize liquidity providers to the protocol. So if you are an owner of our token, you can log this token in our protocol, and you will be entitled to higher yield on stable coins. So that's the one benefit of having our token. But also our tokenomics is designed this way that the tokenomics is deflationary. So it means that we will use profits generated by the protocol to limit the circulating supply of the tokens of Soil token. So there will be we will simply buy back the tokens, and the circulating supply will be lower. Second of all, part of the profits will also be reinvested in the protocol, increasing the profitability of the whole protocol. So we will decide, because we can simply assess what is our cost of the capital and what is the price of the token, and then we will decide what is more beneficial for the token owners. If we should allocate the profits to simply do a buyback actions, or we should reinvest the profits into the protocol to generate even higher profitability, and then in the future decide once again what we should do. And also part of the protocol, part of the profits will be allocated to Guarantee Fund, and the Guarantee Fund is a unique solution. I don't think that any other project has similar mechanism in place. So the Guarantee Fund that was inspired by the Guarantee Fund that is in the US and in a European banking system. So this is a part of the money, pool of the money that is locked in a smart contract, and it serves as an additional safety point, enhancing the risk profile of the whole protocol. So this is a pool of money locked in the smart contract, and in case of, let's say, any delay in a repayment of interest or principal by the protocol, then the smart contract will automatically will share this repayments.
Wow, amazing! Yeah, I've never seen something like that before. It must be something new, but that's great. That's real security of the funds of investors.
Yeah, as I said, our protocol is designed this way. We started this protocol 2 years ago, and for us, so as you know, we are extremely experienced in corporate finance, in the debt, and so on. So we knew that we need to design the business model that has many safety points and provides a maximum security for the crypto investors. And what's kind of funny is that we started, all these mechanisms were invented by us, and we started developing it before the collapses, and it was during the bull market. We thought about it, and yeah.
All right, interesting. So when the pools will be open for individuals?
So our protocol is ready. It was audited by the Haken. So we had a smart contract security audit. We've got a maximum score from the Haken. Right now, we are implementing some polishing touches to the protocol. We are also doing a friends and family test phase, and the protocol will be ready at the end of the October or early November.
Okay, nice, pretty soon. And could you please remind when is the IDO date and the listing date for our community?
Yes, so we are planning to do an IDO on the 5th of October, and the listing will be soon after 5 days, so it's 10th of October.
Nice, amazing. So it's going to be DEX and CEX, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, cool, perfect. All right, let's move to the next question. What are the future plans of Soil? How do you envision the platform evolving over the next few years? And what are new features or maybe new services that you have in plan? Basically, what's your roadmap?
Yeah, I'll jump the first part. I think Kuba will go with the bigger vision. But so for now, the first loan pools are going to be managed by Mount TFI. So it's a secured, regulated asset manager based in Poland. So that's the first manager to run the first loan pools. So we'll have the first, let's say 3-4 loan pools, which will be run by the team. And just today we see in the market of, let's say 100 million, we can easily get total value locked in the protocol to allocate the 100 million euro, because it's absolutely, there's not enough capital in the market. And as the fund, Mount TFI is second in Poland, and there's absolutely ample to do. So I think for the first loan pools, we want to do in Poland and in central, let's say southern, eastern area of Europe. And that's our know-how. And as debt, you always have to know the legal practices on the spot. So that's why the first loan pools are here. But the scalability of Soil is great, because what we need to do is add different loan pools, which are going to be added, run by different managers. So up to the first, let's say 50 to 100 total value lock, we can have it as Mount as the manager, but then we're going to add on different managers, which we as a team in Soil will choose. Usually we already have discussions with a team, very strong team in Scandinavia, very strong team in Southern Europe, same for the US, and potentially later on with Asia. And so for us, it's really doing a due diligence of the partners, making sure they're aligned, checking if they have a big investor like the European bank on board. And if they do, then we can onboard them into the soil and open up a different loan pool that is going to be managed for their region. So we believe in none of these, big funds that, do global funds. We prefer to have local managers that know their jurisdictions. So we choose the amount for the Central Southern Europe, then we choose a different player for Scandinavia, for the US. So that's the way we're going to do it. And I think for the first 50 to 100 million, we already have that allocated, and then we can easily add on managers. So that's kind of the first, let's say, year to 3, we know how to add it on. And I think that's where I really focus on, and making sure that, the capital is there, that the interest is paid, and there's no defaults on the loans. And Jakub can give some exciting stuff with the protocol.
Yeah, so first of all, we are a lending protocol to begin with, but in our roadmap, we also plan to do a decentralized exchange for the debt. So if you are depositing your money in our protocol, you got a passive income strategy, you got the locked cash flows for the future. But we want to allow our users to have a flexibility and not only use the opportunity to, let's say, have some exposure and strategy for the investment in the interest rate. So if you are locking your stable coins for the, let's say, 8% paid in a stable coins with a certain cash flows for the certain period of time, but let's say the interest rate are going down, so your locked cash flows and the value of these cash flows are going up. Mm-hmm. So we want to offer users to have a simply exposure to this kind of instruments. So not only give them opportunity to trade their cash flows, let's say, or the stream of the cash flows, but also benefit from the changing in interest rate, and if they got a let's say asset as a cash flow streams from real world economy, so they can benefit by trading these cash flows when there are, for example, interest rates are going down and the products with a high interest rate are not available anymore. So this, let's say in a short word, so it's like a decentralized exchange for the debt.
Got it. And when this feature will be available, if I may ask?
So this is in our roadmap. So first of all, we need to start Soil 1.0, and this is like our main product, of course, yeah. And we will add more features in the future. Just soon after we will launch the main protocol, we will start thinking about developing we know how the product should look like, mm-hmm. But of course there are a lot of things that we need to consider, and we will start developing the Soil 2.0 with additional features for our customers. That will, I think, you asked about how we want to scale up and increase the adoption and attract new customers. So I assume that this kind of feature
that answers the question. Yeah, right.
Will make more attractive the protocol. Yep. Exactly. But we want to. Soil is very UX is very important for us. So you can check on our website. On our website there is a video explainer showing how to use there is a demo of our product, so you can see how easy it is and how easy it is to use our protocol, because we do not want to have an offer, even though that the product is a bit complicated in the mechanism, but for the user it needs to be very simple.
Yeah, that's very important.
And that's how we design the protocol. So it's very easy, and it's easy to navigate the protocol and so on. And the same we will do with a decentralized exchange. So it will be a bit complicated by design, but the UX and on the front end, it will be very easy to navigate by the users.
Right. Especially that your product will be very interesting for the businesses from Web2 space, let's say, from real world. So it should be like super easy for them to use that.
Yes, so that's one thing. The other thing that I would like to also mention is that what is our plan for scaling up. Because of course, retail investors or corporates can directly enter our protocol and provide the liquidity to the protocol, and that's obvious. But we also want to integrate, and we will integrate with actually we are in the talks with a few protocols. We want to integrate with the other fintechs, crypto-friendly banks, and DeFi aggregators, and so on, and simply offer them on the, let's say, on the white label basis, cooperation with Soil. So let's have a simple example. If there is a crypto bank offer that has a significant user base, and these banks want to offer their customers some passive income strategy, passive income products. So their users can get access to the product offered by the Soil, but this product will be available on the platform or in the application of the certain partner. Yes, so it means that simply some partners will outsource generating profits to our protocol. For us, it's a win-win solution because we get access to the liquidity. But for us, for our protocol, total value locked is the main KPI. Yes, so as long as total value locked in the protocol goes up, then we are earning more money for our token owners and for the protocol. And the source of the liquidity, it's no matter whether it's based on a cooperation, white label cooperation with a crypto-friendly financial institutions, or it's direct cooperation with the retail users on our protocol. So we are focusing on simply on raising and total value locked in our protocol.
I see, got it. Huge plans. So much work to do. Okay, amazing. Let's move to the next question. What measures do you have in place to protect investors' funds and personal information? This topic is very hot nowadays. So yeah, please. We already covered topics on the security, but maybe you have something else to add.
Yeah, maybe because Jakub, I think Kuba actually said so on the top level. What Jakub was saying, we do the guarantee fund. So this is something that actually, as a protocol, we actually take very care, and we do an extra, let's say, barrier for protection on the protocol level. But but if you go further below, at the end of the day, the money that is deposited by the crypto investors is actually loaned to real world companies. And so the main idea, if you actually look at different lending pools, you actually look at the team that is managing the money. So when we provide loans through, let's say, Mount TFI, provide loans into the real world, the strongest emphasis is on the collateral where you provide the loan. So the team has experience in originating, let's say, over €1 billion of loans into the market. So huge experience. So they've been up and down through the cycles. If it was, the last COVID, if it was the war now. So we really know how to get very strong collateral. And because there's a lack of liquidity in the market, you can get very strong collateral compared to what you can usually in, let's say, in Western Europe. So we get strong collateral. And examples of this is personal guarantee of the owners of the company, pledge on shares. You get pledge on different collaterals. You get cross collateral on different assets. So at the end of the day, in case, obviously we want the companies to do well, but we have a very strong collateral just in case something happens. So that's, I think, the main element. On the fund level, so from, let's say, the companies, now we're moving into the fund level. The fund level also has a reserve. Looking at the experience of the track record, it's about 0.5% of NAV, so 0.5% of the assets in the fund have a reserve in case anything happens. Every year, 0.5% is on the reserve, and it's already included in the 8% yield that we provide the investors. So we have collateral on the company level, we have collateral, let's say, on the security on the fund level, and then, as Jakub said, we have the guaranteed fund on the protocol level. So I think that's the most important. We have security. Everything is done in a very transparent, which is quite important way, and everything is regulated. So that's the way we do it. And yeah, and about personal information, I think Jakub maybe he can say, but we usually just do KYC to our users that onboard to the platform. So I think that's also very secure.
Yeah, so regarding the personal information, we do not, collect any data. KYC is performed by Fractal, and this is, external KYC provider that is responsible for the whole onboarding process in terms of the KYC. So we are quite sure that all personal information are secured.
Secure. Yeah. All right. So we have a final question. What message would you like to send to the crypto community, to CDFI community, and potential investors about Soil? Short elevator pitch. Why we should invest?
I think I'll try to do an elevator pitch, but I think I wrote down 6 main points. I think that goes to your community. Why invest in Soil? First of all, I think team. I think you can, as you said, you can check their LinkedIn's. We're very experienced, and I think we combine the crypto world, which Jakub represents, and we're very strong in the crypto world and the blockchain technology, as well as in traditional finance. And if you look at any lending protocols, if you don't have the finance aspect and the crypto that combines together, you're either going to fall short here or fall here. So I think this is something that's absolutely, I think, our strongest point, and I think this is something that we differentiate from everybody else. Second aspect, I think, is the legal aspect of the protocol. So we're fully regulated with the MiCA regulation that's coming up. We are based in Estonia and Malta, so we're actually completely as not only Polish but as a European protocol. We're ready for the regulation. So I think this is very important. Number 3. I think it's a unique timing for everybody. We've been working over 2 years on this protocol. We're right before, as Jakub said, before the IDO and the listing. So it's an important time for everybody to jump in. We're de-risked. There's no possibility of, let's say, lack of capital or something that the protocol doesn't go. So you're happy to jump on the project and help us, kind of add to the mission of democratizing finance. We're ready to go. So that's, I think, number 3. 4, we're very scalable. As we begin, I think we have access to the whole world through this technology. So at the beginning, we're doing the first loan pools in Central Southern Europe, but we can easily scale the protocol globally. And I think this is something that we know with long-term horizon, everybody should take into consideration. Number 5, we have what's unique. The first loan pools are managed by Mount TFI. I founded Mount TFI 6 years ago. We have about almost €1 billion experience in doing transactions, a very strong team. And the first loan pools will be utilizing current funds that are already operating. You have transparency in the liquidity, how many companies, how many sectors. So again, we're not taking capital and thinking where we're going to allocate it. It's already going into a working fund. And I think the last thing that I always try to say is the last point. It's that it's now is the time for private credit. So if you look at the world with the interest rates being very high up, investors are able to earn higher yield on very, let's say, strong loans that are well collateralized. And I think now is the time to secure returns for the next 3-4 years where you can really get high yields. So it's a perfect time to be launching now. And I think with the credit market that's available.
Yeah, and the yield is generated and fully backed by the real world assets. And I guess that the real world assets will ignite the fire of the next bull run. It's a trending projects based on the real world assets are trending now. And for sure, everyone is looking for the transparency, stability, and the tangible yield. And we are providing such a yield.
Yeah, if someone gets it right, it's going to be a big run. So we're hoping that Soil is this team, and we're happy for everybody to join us on.
Nice. After your elevator pitch, I got these 3 words in my mind: transparent, secure, profitable. I guess that's describes Soil. Thanks a lot. Thank you guys for an AMA. It was very interesting and knowledgeable, and I hope our community got more information about what is Soil and how it's beneficial for our community. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Later. Bye.
Thank you for watching this interview with the team behind Soil. As we have seen, Soil is breaking new ground in the DeFi sector with its innovative approach to financing and its commitment to accessibility and security. I hope that this video has shed some light on the exciting potential of blockchain technology and its role in transforming financial sector. Stay tuned for the more updates on DeFi and be sure to check Soil's platform for yourself to experience the future of finance today. I will see you in the next video. Bye bye!